Alan, deservedly, we got a point out of that. Could even have won it.
It would have been a travesty if we never got a point, really, to be honest. I thought we were the best team by a mile, especially in the second half. First half was a close encounter. There wasn't much happening. We hit the bar, but I can't count how many times them really troubled us. I thought they defended ever so well. 3 really young lads in there today for the first starts, and listen, Jazz has just come back from Milton. I've got to give him massive credit, by the way, because the kid's been really poorly and we're short of centre halves tonight, and I've asked him to do us one, so I've got to give him massive plaudits tonight for doing that, because normally I wouldn't have probably played him and you wouldn't have thought he was ill, but today the lad I thought he was fantastic. And I must say Pervs as well, the midfield too. I thought they won it today. They were like, I said to them, we need dogs of war in there today because we're playing the 4-4-2, and they've done that.
Ben Little, cool as you like. It's a good job we made that substitution, wasn't it?
Nah, it's not. Never get the credit here, but you take the blame. That's the thing. But the kid, listen, he's devastated he wasn't starting, but I just wanted to change it. We wanted to have a go at home and look at young Theo up alongside Hayes, and I thought we were causing him problems, but Ben's responded in a perfect way. He's patient, he's sitting there, he's wanting to get on. I could see him warming up constantly, and my only little fear was he hadn't even touched the ball, so I wasn't watching. So I just didn't watch, and I've seen him score many penalties for the academy. As I say, he's got good quality in there, we know that. But like I say, because of the way the game had gone, where we're hitting the bar, hitting the post, keep up making saves, penalties not given that should have been given, and then you just think it's one of them nights, so I just couldn't bear watching it.
Yeah, I mean, he smashed it into the top corner. I mean, it's a perfect penalty right at the end.
I couldn't tell you, as I say, I'll watch it back, but I'm delighted for the kid, and that's, as I said, that's how you want to respond if you're not in the team. You come on and it's a squad game, like I keep saying to them, and they are a good group, and I questioned them on Saturday. I did, and I've questioned them publicly on Saturday, what way they're going to go tonight. They answered the question. So for me, they've responded in the right way.
Yeah, you put Theo Williams in from the start. How did he do you think?
I thought he'd done smashing. He got himself in some great positions. It was difficult for him, and I've just had a chat with him there. He said he's found it really tough because it's new to him, the way them defended, how deep they are, how physical they are, and I thought he got it in some lovely little pockets of space, and it was just that little final bit. I think everyone could see the pitch was quite lively, bouncing quite high. It looked as though it had been rolled quite hard, so it was every bounce was bobbling quite a bit. So, but listen, the kid's only going to get better. He's only a young kid. He's got a great physique, great pace, and what I love is his honesty and his work ethic. And you kind of fault him, and he was cramping up there, so I had to get him off. And again, Kane, I had to get him off. He worked his socks off 90 minutes Saturday, and then the travelling. Then he's had to travel up tonight from Peterborough. It takes a lot out of you, and I had to get the kid off, and it was nice to get Jared back in.
As you say, Alex Perver, he ran the show tonight, didn't he? I think it's a cliche, but he covered every blade of grass on the field.
I thought he was outstanding. The only thing in the first 20 minutes, we weren't picking the second balls up, and we said to them at half time, if we can just get that little bit higher the midfield, and as the ball comes back out, keep the pressure on by picking up, and he done that. Perv's is one of them, you love him, do you know, because he gives you everything. He never, even if he has a bad game, he gives you 100%. There's not many people have higher stats than Pervs when we come to these games, unfortunately. He just gives, as I say, he runs everywhere, and sometimes he's a little bit rash, but if people worked as hard as him, you'd get a result every day of the week.
Look ahead to Kidderminster now on Saturday. That's going to be a really tough one. We say that every game's tough, but Kidderminster have got one of the best away records in the division, so yeah, we must be ready for them.
Again, we keep saying it, the cliche, there's no easy games, and I think it's been proven the results again. It's going to be up and down all for the last third of the season, last quarter of the season. It's going to be up and down, but it's going to be a tough game. It's certainly got some really good players, and as you say, the tails up away from home. They've been very indifferent at home, but we've got to make sure. We found our feet a little bit at home, I think, and the last 4 games unbeaten at home. We've got to keep that going, because I think the fans have helped massively. By the way, I will say that when we lost a goal today, they could see it was pure luck. It was no one's fault whatsoever, and them hadn't even had a shot. Tommy hadn't had a shot to save, I don't think, in that game, and yet we were 1-0 down, but the fans never showed up, and that's huge. And I keep saying it's massive for the lads when you get that backing, and them earned that result for us. Them helped us get that, as I say, in the end. In their reactions, I could tell there was a handball in there because of their reactions. Well, I was really surprised the referee never gave that one.
But nevertheless, at least we didn't get beat. I mean, we've just been sitting there. You imagine how we'd have felt if we lost that one tonight. It's moments like penalties in the last minute that can change a season.
We've said this, you lose a couple of games, Ray, and you've got to try and nip it in the bud early. And once you do that, then you can kick on again. If we'd lost that tonight, we could have easily went that other way because we didn't deserve to lose the game. But I thought we were the better team. Them come with a game plan, fair play to them, but as I say, the chances were had. And as I said, Tommy, I can't remember Tommy actually making a save, to be honest, when he didn't have a shot to save. And we defended ever so well. The young lads done ever so well, but we know we need to be better in the final third and take our chances more, but that'll come, and hopefully we'll keep working. As I say, I've never stopped all weekend trying to bring 2 or 3 new players in that are going to be massive additions to this squad, and if I can get them over the line, great, do you know what I mean? But it's not for the want of trying and want to looking, and it's got to be them right ones, and I want the experienced ones to help, experienced leaders to help us get over that line.